If you're still creating content like it's 2023, you might be in for a bittersweet surprise in 2026. I say bittersweet because some of what's worked in the past will continue to work. Some of what's worked in the past, the algorithm changes are going to screw you up hardcore. And we're going to get into all of that today in this week's episode. But before we do,
stop burning cash on campaigns that flop and quit watching buyers bail for your competitors. Get ads that turn your prospects into brand fanatics that devour your every offer, shun your competition, and do your selling for you. The problem's not your offer, your targeting, or your creative. It's the played out marketing guru's playbook that's broken. If you're selling high ticket in a highly competitive or highly regulated market, you need something different. Discover what's actually working now at cultishcontent.com/campaigns. If you're done with launching to crickets, make your next campaign cultish. Go to cultishcontent.com/campaigns today. And now back to the show.
all right, welcome back to Cultish Content. I'm Nathan Frazier.
And I'm Lily Elizabeth.
And today we're going to be talking about some changes and some steadies. I don't know if that's the right word. Things that are going to remain the same. In 2026, I feel like there's some huge shifts. AI content is going to take over. It's going to commoditize everything. It's going to make everything it's going to flood the market. We're already seeing this. They're going to have to adjust, and those adjustments are going to, depending on how you play your move in the next year, they're either going to destroy your content's ability to convert, or you're going to be able to ride the tidal wave as it comes in. And we're going to be talking about all of that today. Let's go ahead and start off with the algorithm. The algorithm is having a major change because I think, number one, it's just evolved. We're no longer focused on hashtags. There's a lot of different signals that the algorithm uses to figure out who to show stuff to. But also, the amount of slop that's coming out nowadays is worse than ever. So let's talk about how the algorithm is going to be changing and what the signals that you need to send to all of the different platforms to make sure that your content is actually reaching the right people.
So I used to prioritize comments and getting my viewers to engage with my video, share it, such like that. But now the algorithm wants watch time. So the whole goal of the platform is to get more viewers on, stay on longer, watch more ads, right? Rake in that ad revenue.
And because video is becoming so predominant, I mean, TikTok kind of changed the game for short form content. And then Instagram was like, oh, I guess we need short form content. Even YouTube, which is the king of video, was like, we need to figure out what TikTok's doing right. Facebook brought in video. Video is so easy to create, and it's such a good tool for connecting with people. I think our people, the people that we want to reach, they still tend to read a lot.
Right.
Our ideal market. Most people don't read anymore. They just scroll videos. Yeah. So watch time has become the priority. If your videos get major percentages of views, people watch more than 50% of a video, that tells the algorithm, hey, show this video to more people. Show this video to more people like the people who watched at least 50% of this video. So watch time is going to be huge. And with AI slap video too, I don't know if you're being flooded with it. I am just flooded with, and Scott is always showing me the stuff that's coming up in his feed.
Oh, yeah.
It is just garbage video, but it's so easy to produce nowadays.
Yeah.
That, it's going to be hard to compete with. So let's talk about some ways that you can compete with all of the AI slop that's coming out these days.
Let's do it. So I like what you say here. You say focus on storytelling. I think that's super important. You want to engage your viewer, have them watch. We just talked about how important watching the whole video, or at least 50% of the way through, is. And if you're just dumping all of your info in the first couple seconds, it doesn't really give me a reason to stick around and watch till the end.
We did a whole video last week about how to structure your content, specifically your videos and your emails, with that storytelling frame.
Yep.
as people are scrolling through, if the hook is important, I'm not going to disregard the hook.
Oh, yeah.
But what comes after the hook is what keeps them engaged in the video. And knowing how to tell a good story with your content is going to keep people watching your videos longer. If your hook is great and then immediately you jump into garbage content that people don't care about sticking around with, that's going to tell the algorithm, don't show this to more people. So integrating good storytelling as well as a good hook is going to make it to where your content is going to get more views going forward.
Yeah, and if you want to keep their attention, you got to give them what they came for. So you sprinkle in what you want them to get, but you got to give them throughout the whole video what they came for, some kind of reward.
And as content marketers, a lot of times we're doing, for our clients at least, we're doing helpful tip content or watch out for the tiger in the bushes type content. And people don't go to social media to be educated. When they're scrolling through social media, they're not there for 3 tips. And sometimes you can grab their attention. These 3 tips will help you, whatever. Yeah. But that's not what they're there for. They're there for entertainment. So if you hit them with a textbook of education, you're not giving them what they want. So what we like to do is, when I was a kid, my mom, whenever I would get sick, I hated taking medicine. Still hate to take medicine. Ugh. It tastes gross. It tastes like poison. But she knew that I needed it. So she would crush the pill up. It sounds like a drug story. She would crush the pill up and she would sprinkle it in my applesauce. Because she knew I loved applesauce. Aww. So she would give me what I wanted and then she would hide what I needed inside. Yeah. So give people your content in the way that they want to see it. A good hook, a good story, a good climax, a good resolution. And then sprinkle in the medicine, sprinkle in the 3 tips that they need to know inside of what they came for. So give them what they want and then sprinkle in what they need.
Beautiful.
And then this all kind of just ties into the number one thing, attention.
Yep.
If you can keep attention, if the algorithm sees that your content is holding attention, it's going to distribute your content to more people. Yeah. And attention nowadays is the most valuable asset. The attention that you give to people is the most valuable thing that you can give to people. The attention that they give back to you is the most valuable thing that they can do. It's the new economy. Attention is the new economy.
Yeah. If you can hold someone's attention, your algorithm will push it far and wide to more people who want to watch your content.
All right. So tip number 1, focus on watch time, focus on keeping people engaged, and if you can keep their attention, the algorithm gods will bless you for it.
Period.
All right, next one. This is an oldie but goodie. This is something that has always been the case and has always driven every single client that I've ever worked with nuts. Ooh. And it's the fact that, didn't we just do this? Didn't we just talk about this 3 weeks ago? Do we really want to do another video on whatever? We just talked about it 3 weeks ago. Content creators, content marketers, we get sick of talking about the same 3 or 4 things over and over and over again.
Right.
We think the audience is going to get bored. Well, they've already seen this video. They're not going to watch another video about the same thing again.
Yeah.
And so they want to create new content. Let's do a totally new idea. Let's hit them with something fresh and exciting. And I get it, fresh and exciting holds our attention. But there's a couple of things that you need to keep in mind when it comes to gaming the algorithm and why fresh and exciting actually hurts your content deliverability.
The algorithm is pushing your content to new people all the time, especially if your audience is actually watching all the way through or 50% of the way through. Mm-hmm. The algorithm's going to push your content to more people like that. So old to you isn't always old to them.
Exactly. We get this idea that we're talking to a standing room. We're in an auditorium and there's 1,000 people in there and we're going to play the song, and then we're going to play the song again, and then we're going to play the song again, and we're going to play the song again. We've got 3 songs, and we just keep playing those same 3 songs all night. And if your audience was that same 1,000 people in that auditorium and the doors were locked and they couldn't go anywhere, and no new people could come in, yeah, that would get boring really quick, and your audience would start to get sick of it.
Snooze fest.
That's not how content works. That's not how the algorithm works. Instead of playing to a standing room in an auditorium, you're playing on a parade float. You're going down the street, and the audience that saw you perform the song on 3rd Street isn't the same audience that's watching you perform the song on 5th Street. So if it's one of your hits, you need to play it on 3rd Street. You need to play it on 5th Street. You need to play it on 6th Street. You need to play it on 8th Street, because it's not the same audience. So to you, it feels like you're doing the same content over and over again. But to your audience, it's always a new audience. You're not playing to a standing room. You're playing to a parade.
And I feel like it's important to note here, I have seen multiple accounts with the same hook over and over and over again, but they have different like main body information. The main content is different, but it's the same hook over and over and over again. And that does make me snooze. I'll totally scroll past. I don't like seeing the same thing over and over and over again.
So there's 2 things.
Yeah.
Once you've seen it 50 times,
Yep.
then that becomes the danger of the I'm stuck in the same auditorium, and this is the 3rd time I've heard them play this song.
Yeah.
But for the algorithm's sake, a couple things to keep in mind. Number 1, people will watch the same thing. There's YouTube channels, and every single day they're putting out a new twist on the same idea.
Oh, yeah.
Why this particular thing is killing the video game industry, and then every day it's a new example of the same idea, or why investing this way is going to ruin your portfolio, and every single day it's the same thing. Here's how you avoid that, and they'll have their same 3.
Yeah.
If you invest in the S&P, it's hurting you like this. If you invest in Fortune 500 companies, here's what you need to watch out for. If you invest in this, and it's the same 3 points, and then they give a new example but it's the same 3 points. And it's because people, especially people that are new, a lot of times we need to hear that repeated over and over before it finally sticks, before it becomes something that we internally recognize. Also, when we start to believe something, we want to have it reinforced. We want people to keep coming back and telling us we were right. So we want that same thing. And the last thing about this is, if you're creating consistent content, the algorithm already has a heads up on who they should show your next piece of content to. If you throw in a brand new piece of content that's fresh and exciting and goes against everything you've already created, they're going to show it to the people who like what they're used to from you. They're going to say, this isn't what I was expecting. I'm not going to watch this. Boom. The algorithm says, oh, you created something your audience doesn't like. We're not going to show it anymore.
Plummet.
Yeah. So for those reasons, have 3 or 4 pieces of pillar content, up to 6 core ideas that you're just going to beat like a dead horse. And don't worry about the fact that people have already heard this song before. People have a favorite song. They'll listen to it till the day they die. Come up with those favorite songs. Come up with your hits list and just keep hammering those. You'll become known for those. You'll become... the people that want to hear that message will keep coming back over and over and over again, and it makes the playing the game on easy mode when it comes to the algorithm.
Yeah, you don't have to reinvent the wheel every time and always come up with something new and fresh. What's old to you isn't always old to your audience.
Exactly. The one addition to that is there's Coke and Pepsi. And then every once in a while, they'll come out with like Coke Zero or Cherry Pepsi or Crystal Clear Pepsi was the thing that they had when I was a kid. You give the old classic, but you give it a new twist. So every once in a while in your content, come up with a new twist, but have it built around the classic theme. Have those 6 core pillar pieces of content, and then add a new twist to it, but don't go completely fresh, completely new, something that your market isn't asking for.
Yeah.
That's the way that you fail. So have those songs. You got your 6 main songs that everybody loves to hear.
Those top hits.
Yeah, and then every once in a while, let the lead guitarist go on a guitar solo in the middle of the song, or perform it in take your shirt off in the middle of the performance or something like that. Add a little bit of spice to it, keep it fresh, but keep with those core pillar ideas, those core pieces of content, and just beat them home over and over and over again. And it might get boring to you, but it's what the algorithm is going to want.
I'm on it.
All right. And this last one has always been important, but now with the rise of AI slop content, this is going to be more important than ever. This is what's going to be the thing that differentiates you from all of the slop that's being cranked out nowadays. And it's that personality beats polish. And having a bit of personality in your content, all of these faceless YouTube channels, I watch a lot of faceless YouTube content.
Okay.
I can't remember a name of a single channel. Oof. None of them stand out. They're all creating the same style of content, the same type of content. Maybe one of them, the one out of all that type of content that I actually can remember, it's because it's voiced over by an actual human being. He brings in his actual stories of experiences that led him to this belief system. I can tell it was written by an AI, and I can tell it was voiced by an AI, and then I can tell the images were all created by an AI. They don't have a personality, so there's no reason for me to develop an affinity for them over the 80 other channels that are creating the same type of cranked out content.
Yeah, the one with the human voice feels more human. It feels like you could actually connect with it, maybe be a friend.
Yeah, and I can remember them. I have nuances in their voice. I know their background stories. I know background story is something that AI just can fake, but it doesn't come off as real. It doesn't connect.
And you can feel that.
You can feel that, definitely. And even though I have never seen this guy's face, because he is a faceless YouTube channel, I know his tone. I know his point of view on things. There's subtle nuances that make me know his content, even though it's the same idea as a bunch of these other AI channels. His content sticks out. I go back and I look for his content versus letting YouTube just feed me the other type of content. So let's talk about some ways that you can add some personality, add I like the term desirable difference. Ooh. Something that makes you different in a desirable way. Yeah. Makes you stand out in a way that makes people like you more than all of the competition out there. So let's talk about some ways that you can add some personality to your content.
Be you ×2. We got it right here in all caps. And I think Amy Porterfield nailed it with this one, because why would I choose you over 500,000 other content marketers out there? Because I like you, because I connect with you. I could see us actually solving a problem together, and you actually want to help me.
Yeah, and the ×2 part is take the parts of your personality that really connect with your audience and just turn them up a little bit, amplify them a little bit. Don't be the boring, so today we're going to talk about how to... Thanks, Lily. I'm going to give you 3 tips that will put people to sleep.
Yep.
If you have to, no. I was about to say, do a line of Coke before you turn the camera.
Get all excited.
Yeah, don't do that. But the people that bring that extra little bit of character, those are the people that stand out. So you can have the same high quality ideas and content as everybody else, but if you have a little bit of character, a little bit of your personality dialed up a little bit that I can connect with, all of a sudden you're the one that I'm going to go to get my information, to get my tips and tricks, to get my philosophy, whatever the case may be.
And not to mention, if you're talking about your worldviews, your values, your beliefs, I'm going to start attracting the people who agree with me, the people who have those same shared worldviews and beliefs and values. And I'm going to start repelling the people who don't agree.
And this is the qualifier for that. Ooh. So in 2016, about 9 years ago, there was this big rush of, buyers today care about social issues. So you need to bring social issues in and you got to take a stand. I believe in taking a stand. I believe in planting your flag and saying, hey, this is us, this is them. But they started doing things like Kylie Jenner, I think.
Okay.
had a Pepsi commercial where there was this big protest and she walked up to a black guy and she handed him a Pepsi and it made everything better. And it was like, Pepsi cares about your Black Lives Matter or whatever your social issue is. Pepsi's there for you. And it backfired. It was like, oh, Pepsi, what are you doing? This has nothing to do with a sugary drink. Why are you adding this to your message? Gillette did the same thing where they did a toxic masculinity commercial. Little boys wrestling is bad and men shouldn't allow their boys to fight and barbecuing is bad. They basically took their target market and attacked them for 90 seconds.
Them?
Yeah. And said everything about being a man is bad and you should be more of a male feminist. Buy Gillette. And it was just like, dude, if it helps sell your product, if it helps push the sale, if it helps push and reinforce the identity that your buyer is wanting. They thought that men all wanted to be emasculated and feminized and sensitive and caring and all of the shit that women actually don't want from men. Yeah. They were like, this is what men are going to. They're going to do the man buns and they're going to be very connected to their emotional side. And that's what's going to help sell razors. Don't plant your flag on that hill. Plant your flag on the hill that your target market actually cares about. Don't bring in stuff that doesn't matter. Don't bring in social issues that don't actually matter or don't actually make sense. But if you're selling supplements for growing cannabis and you say, hey, everybody in cannabis is saying that you have to do this with your nutrients, but actually we're going to plant our flag over here. Or if you're doing content marketing and you say, everybody says, all the gurus say you need to show up every single day on every single platform. Dug your video this morning, by the way.
Thank you.
And you say, actually, you're burning your audience out and you're making yourself too available and you're teaching them not to value your content by doing that. If you're the one if you're the thing that you plant your flag on and you say, hey, us versus them right here, and it makes sense for your market and it helps drive the sale, plant your flag. Let your personality show. If it's something completely unrelated, like, hey, let me tell you who I voted for, and then I'm going to try and sell you a sugary beverage.
Oh, no.
Doesn't make any sense. Leave that shit off of the table. Leave it out of your marketing.
Totally.
Okay. That was a rant.
Yeah. So if it makes sense, you plant your flag and you start attracting the right people and repelling the wrong ones who you don't want in your clique anyways.
Only if it makes sense, though.
Yeah. Only if it makes sense.
All right. So those are the three things that if you focus on them going into the new year, your content marketing is going to perform a lot better. Number one, focus on increasing watch time. Good hooks, good storytelling, and sprinkle your message in throughout. Keep people watching. That's going to tell the algorithm to show your content to more people. Number two, make sure that you're beating those 3 to 6 core pillar pieces of content, those core messages. Do them over and over again. It's going to help the algorithm know who to show your content to. And it's maybe boring to you, but it's new and exciting to every time a new person comes into your audience. You don't want to leave them behind just because you've talked about it 4 or 5 times already. Beat those 4, 5, 6 pieces of pillar content over and over again. Make them the core of your message. And then number 3, add a little bit of personality. Give people a reason to know you and have you stand out from everybody else in the crowd, all the other AI slop that's about to flood the market. Add your personality, crank it up a little bit, and be you times 2, as Amy Porterfield says. And those 3 things will give you an unfair advantage in your content marketing going into 2026.
Oh, yeah.
Before we're out of here, do me a favor. If you like this video, let me know. Hit that like button. If you want to catch more videos like this, smash that subscribe button. If you know a business owner or a marketer who could benefit from what we talked about in today's video, share it with them. And check out the other couple videos YouTube's recommending. I bet you'll dig them.